Owusu-Amoah, that's Reverend Dr. Amishada Owusu-Amoah, and Mr. Isaac Krensel, and also Mr. Tete Soti were detained last night after failing to meet bail conditions. That's on the official X page of the OSP, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, announcing to us that the three gentlemen in connection with the SML deal, the famous SML deal for which Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta is being sought after by the OSP and been declared a fugitive, of justice, it has come to the fore one more time. Again, the voices on the street saying it is not enough to arrest, it's enough to investigate and conclude the investigations and prosecute and possibly retrieve some of the monies, if at all, so that the people of the Republic of Ghana can then heave a sigh of relief to say that, well, the OSP is not a hoax after all. I don't know what you think, but we're happy and ready to share your thoughts and comments with the rest of the wonderful world here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Online now and speak with Mr. Bright Appiah. He's the Executive Director of Child Rights International, and as earlier informed you, we will have an extensive conversation on the viral video featuring a 12-year-old boy hanging on the edge of a roof on a nylon rope, being whipped. The knife being whipped out of him, and then subsequently you have an elderly man, 58-year-old, we're told by the police, smearing hot pepper on the bruises and sores that have been created as a result of the whipping, and nobody was ready to listen to his plea. First, let's connect with, before we connect with Bright, let's connect with Superintendent Olivia Irabina Adiku, is the Head of Public Affairs, Ghana Police Service, Western Region. Supo, thank you very much for your time. Good morning.
Good morning.
And how are you doing, madam?
I'm doing well. How are you too?
Very well. I'm greater than Accra. First of all, let me congratulate you and your team for being able to apprehend these unscrupulous people who were meting out this punishment to the 12-year-old boy.
Thank you very much.
Now, how did you get wind of this barbaric activity that was happening in some village somewhere, first of all?
Yeah, you agree with me. The video went viral.
That's right.
So immediately the video got into the hands of the police.
Sunrise on 3FM.
Conducted investigation, and it came out that the incident happened at a village called New Ankasa near Elubo in the Hapasmin division.
Right.
So they were contacted to move on it, and fortunately, they were able to arrest the two key people who were seen in the video handing out that inhumane treatment to the victim.
I see.
And the information is that he was accused of stealing 200 Ghana cedis,
right,
belonging to a coconut seller. And based on that, they decided to make out their own punishment to him.
Where are the two suspects, the Imoro 58 and the younger gentleman who's 27? Where are they now, madam?
Yeah, we've arrested them. They are in our custody as I speak to you.
And what about the boy, madam?
The boy is with the father now. In fact, the case has been transferred to the regional headquarters in Sekindi.
Right.
And the boy is with the parents. He has been given medical care, and he's doing well.
Is this the first time a situation like this is happening within your jurisdiction?
I can't give you specifics, but in recent times, I would say this is the first time you are seeing such a video with somebody making out very, very inhumane treatment to a 12-year-old boy. No matter what has happened, that is not how they should have treated. Well, in recent time, I would say this is the first time we've seen such an incident like that.
At the time of the arrest, what was the mood of the boy? Are you able to share?
I would not be able to share that information.
Right. And
but
right, go ahead, please.
Yeah, but what I know is that he has been given the necessary care. If there is a need to give further medical care, as investigation goes on, and it comes out that he needs more medical care, that will also be given to him.
This boy has now been returned to his parents. Do we know if the parents live with the larger family that includes the two seen in the video molesting the boy?
Yeah, the few information I have is that the people who meted out this punishment to the boy are not relatives of the boy.
Right.
We are told they also live in the community. And I think when the incident happened, the father was not around.
I see. So the boy has been returned to his father in the same community. I'm not a clinical psychologist, but I'm just imagining the trauma that the boy could be going through at this point.
Yeah, currently we've brought him to the regional headquarters.
Right.
We're giving them some accommodation.
Right.
Because, the visitors have started. So they are not in their community. The command has taken over the case. So in the coming days, we'll update you whatever comes up.
I want to thank you very much, madam. But before you go, does this raise a question of you intensifying surveillance within the area, knowing that some other people may be inspired to take that wrong turn that these two gentlemen took?
Yeah, very important. Not just that area, but everywhere. Now, you agree with me that in our job, we also thrive on information.
That's right.
So we would like to call on the public that anybody who witnessed such inhumane activities going on in your village, wherever you are, please report. Please report. We are not supposed to take the law into our own hands. The boy is a 12-year-old boy.
That's
Even
right.
if he has stolen the money, we have the juvenile system that the boy can be investigated through that line. So you don't have the right to strip the boy naked, hang him. What if he had died? So we'll call on our communities, our opinion leaders, everybody who matters, the assemblymen. We should not be witnesses to such inhuman treatment. Any activity that borders on human life, please, they need to report it. Thank you.
Madam, have we charged the two men yet? I know that they are in your grip, but have we been able to prefer charges against them? When are they going to court?
Yeah, they were arrested yesterday. Investigation is going today. Is when we'll know exactly how the line of action. But definitely, after investigation, they will be sent to court for the law to deal with them.
Right. Madam, I want to thank you very much indeed for your time. Superintendent Olivia Rabna Adiku, the head of public affairs of the Ghana Police Service in the Western region. We're grateful for your time. Thank you very much. Bright Apia is Executive Director of Child Rights International. Bright, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, Johnny.
Bright, when you first saw this video, what ran through your mind?
A number of things. Feel that people still live within their distorted concept that a child is the last thing that people should think about. And then also what we feel like we want to do, that is what we do to them. And it's very unfortunate that they did what they did.
Now, we are learning that they have been arrested. They are in the grip of the police. I'm concerned about the boy and, what he could be going through at this point. They've been giving some accommodation, but is that the best practice? The police is trying, but is that the best practice?
Yes. When I heard that the child and the father, initially they handed the child back to the father. And then later on, because they've transferred the matter to the region, they I'm sure they even did that on the back of the fact that they will give witness or they have to write their statement. But we were expecting that since it's an act that has been committed against the child, immediately the services of clinical psychologists will be engaged. So more or less like the police will not be seen doing everything, but seems to have they should have referred the matter to social welfare for them to engage a clinical psychologist to take care of some of the basic needs, to even pave way for them to get a true picture of what happened to the boy. But it has saved the police are handling everything, both the criminal and then the civil together. And that, for me, it also speaks to the very system that is making people commit some of these things against children. Because if we know and where the system is more responsive, immediately the police would have done this under our referral system to be able to let professionals to carry out the work that they need to do in respect to the boy and how they can reinstate the boy for them to even get the right information from them and all that. But as it is now and as we speak, everything is the police that are doing it.
Now, for those of you who are concerned about children within the space of civil society organizations and all of that, is this the wake-up call we have been looking for to make sure that some of these barbaric activities and modes of trying to correct children, corporal punishments, etc., becomes a thing of the past? Is this a wake-up call?
It's a wake-up call, but the circumstances surrounding it is what is a bit a problem for us. But you see, this speaks to the fact of certain things that we need to recognize as a country. And I always make reference to this, that if you go back to Parliament and look at the Hansard that led to the passage, the discussion that ensued to the for the passage of the Children's Act, you clearly know that there's a lot of investment that went into it. And every line of the act was carefully thought about before putting it into law. So one of the few laws in Ghana that is so systematic, that is so intentional about what it's seeking to achieve, it has to do with the Children's Act. And we have done that, and it cost us to do that. But when it comes to letting people know the content and how they should live by it, I think as a country we've not been able to do that. So people still drive the agenda at the back of the cultural belief where within that system there is no limitation in terms of how you can go in punishing a child. So we don't really make reference to the law people don't even make reference to the law to understand the limitations that are in for them to also comply with. So it makes it very difficult for people to know that beyond the cultural issues, there are also limitations or the extent to which you can go when you want to do things against children. And that awareness is what, for me, we've not created for society to have that understanding. And you and I know that when you travel to other jurisdictions, nobody would open a book for you to know that when you are taking your child to school, this is what you have to do, or you can't leave your child at home for you to attend school.
Right.
The system itself would inform you that this is not an act that is tolerated. So people are careful to the extent that some people have to even come to, if they are working and they are from Ghana, they are working or other African country or any other country, and they go to the United States or they go to UK or they go to any of the European countries. They know very well that they need to engage a service of a nanny to be able to take care of their children before they can go to work or they can do ABCD and all that. But here, though our laws is so systematic and intentional, we have failed to also make it publicize it for people to come to that knowledge that it's not everything that you can carry out against a child, and it's not everything that you can use your own discretion to determine. So those are the things that we lack, and that is what is making people do the things that they do. So it comes back to what, as a country, we can do to make sure that we create that awareness and people will find ways and means to deal with it in the manner that the state wants it to be done.
I see. Bright, I'll have you hold the line a bit for me. Let's connect with a social worker who's joining us now on the phone line. And we would want to explore the conversation about shelter for a situation like this. Godfred Banjase is the head of Department Social Welfare and Community Development Secretary, also chairman of GASAL in the Western region. Godfred, good morning. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, Johnny.
Great. Now, I'm sure that the social welfare department in that community has been equally worried about the situation as much as we are. Yes?
Yes, we are very worried.
What have you done? What has been the intervention, or what is the standard of practice if a situation like this happens? What is the role of social welfare? Guide us.
Yes, good morning to your listeners and good morning to everyone here. And a special story to our kid brother who was treated in such a way. Yes, the standard, like my colleague said earlier, the standard of practice for this sort of case is that there should be a social worker. It is not the work of the police to rescue a victim who is a child. And let me make it the point that I'm speaking from the basis of the report that we have all seen. Yes, the police took charge of the case and took the child to receive only medical services. Such a case does not only require medical services. When you go to the medical service, they only offer you paracetamol. This is a case of trauma, and you need psychosocial, counseling. Such a child, how is he going to react to a person who is bearded from now on? How is he going to react to any adult who is a bit built? These are what we are talking about. Yes, the police also went on to place the child with the father without any form of inquiry. It is not for nothing, Johnny, that the Section 16 of the Children's Act places the responsibility of child protection with the District Assembly through the Department of Social Welfare and Community Development. Like my colleague said earlier, everything in that act is very intentional. When a child is brought to such a facility, we have access to a lot of services, such as the Ghana Psychological Association. There's an association of psychologists. I might be wrong in giving the actual name, but I know there exists an association of psychologists, and we have colleagues who are in this region. We have access to them. We also have access to DOVS. We have access to Strike. These are reference points. So when such a case is brought to us, we look at what we can do as social welfare. We take in the child, we attend to the child, and then take him through all these services. Make an inquiry of the background of the child. What caused the father to separate from the child in the first place? What is the relationship between the father and the child? Why is the child not living with the father right now? Right now, you are taking the child and then giving him to the father just like that. What if there is a certain what do you call it? Acrimony between the child and the father because of what the mother did?
I see. But what have you done beyond all these questions, Godfred? What have you done as a department in this situation? What has been your intervention? We want to learn.
Yes, I know the regional director is speaking with the regional commander of police to correct some of these things, because it's a big mistake that the Ghana Police Service has done, and it's a disservice to the child actually. But
do you have the shelter to be able to cater for this child if you were supposed to follow your SOP as you enumerated?
Yeah, private persons in Takoradi have developed shelters. That I know. For instance, if you go to a jam in near Takoradi, there is a shelter that receives children such as this. So as the child is undergoing these services, he can be placed in the shelter so that when we are sure that the father can really take care of the child from now on, we reconcile the child back to the father the father to take care of it.
If I hear you right, the state doesn't have a shelter. The shelter belongs to a private individual.
Of course, there's no. There's no state shelter. There's a private. Yeah, these are. It's a missionary shelter that we rely on right now.
I see.
Yes.
I see. Okay, hold the line for me. Right. So this is our situation. We know what the rules are. We know what the procedures are. But as a country, we are not complete in our processes. We don't have a shelter. It is a private person's shelter we're using. And Godfred has raised very critical questions about, just picking the child and handing the child back to the father. What if there are question marks? What do you say, Bright?
Yeah, well, I think in terms of the literature, he has outlined those things and what the procedures are and what needs to be done in respect to dealing with a matter that involves a child because of the psychological and other associated effect that will have on the child. That may not necessarily be physical. So it's something that needs to be done. But I'm also happy that he mentioned that the regional director is talking to the police commander to deal with it. But if they come back to where the issue took place, and if there's a assembly there, so I do not even think that they should even wait for them to be invited by the police for the referral to be done. Once you know that it's your duty, I expect that you would quickly move in to also deal with matters that surround the welfare of the child. Because even as organization, when the thing happened on Thursday, last week Thursday, and quite a number of things has gone into it. Even as we speak as organization, we have a social inquiry. We have written a social inquiry report on that. And there are a number of cases that are emerging. And I cannot also rule out the father in terms of his responsibility. It is the father who took the child to the hospital when he came to meet him hanging. He is the same person who reported the matter to the police when he saw the viral video. He is the same person who paid for the medical care of the child. So clearly, you see some level of commitment coming from the father. But the father who has witnessed his child going through that is in the right frame of mind to be able to do what is expected. So that is why you need a second eye, which is the social welfare, to be able to handle that aspect for you, so that anything that goes on, you have an open mind to also testify. And it will even be to the benefit of the police to get the right information from the child when the child has been taken to a clinical services that will put the child mind to a level that will let him give you the right information and all that. But coming back to the issue of shelters, it's a big problem. And as a country, we used to have those shelters even when we don't have the Children's Act. We used to have a juvenile correctional centers all over the country, even when we didn't have the Children's Act. But now, when you go to Koforidua, the correctional center is no more. You go to Tamale, it's no more. You go to other places, you don't have it. So coming to talk about shelter is a big issue. But that is why I'm saying that once as a country we've devoted our life and we are so intentional about what we want to do with a child, then we should be able to put some of these logistics in place to deal with matters of that nature, so that when it comes, nobody will have the intention of giving accommodation to a child in a police station, but they themselves will know that there's a shelter that is owned by the state. So they won't think twice about it. They will just send the child to the shelter, so that at the shelter, the child can also receive all the needed support to be able to go through the trauma. So it's a complex issue we have created for ourselves. So people are now using their own discretion to determine what to do that will be in the best interest of the child. And it's not helping us to nest our child protection system very well, where you expect that everybody will play the role that they're supposed to play to give the child the best support that the child needs. Otherwise, when you leave it as it is complaints that people will give that people are not allowing me to do my work. This person will say this. If I also allow you to do your work, you will not do it well. You don't have the logistics. So at the end of the day, we will just be complaining. And while we are complaining, the child that will suffer. So the state must open its eye to correspond its commitment to the laws that we have. Because, Johnny, the point is that when you look at our sub-region, and even in Africa, except South Africa, Ghana law is one of the comprehensive laws that we have when it comes to children. So, and what is needed is for us to put it to test and to put it to work. And once we're able to do that, I don't think that anybody will have the courage to want to discipline a child by thinking that first I have to hang the child and I have to use pepper. It will not even come. It will not even be something that people will think about. But here we are, and those are the difficulties that we face. But I think that our social welfare or any other institution, our concern should rather be about the child. So wherever the child is, I think that they should move in quickly to more or less educate the police so that they can render the services that the child needs for the child to also be free from all the trauma.
Godfred, what do you have to say? Are you moving in anytime soon? Because we know that the child is at the police headquarters in 2nd D. And so what's your next step from the social welfare department?
Yeah, like I said, my regional director is sitting at their level with the regional commander of the police to determine whatever they are. But like my colleague said, the child must be moved to a shelter where he can receive all these services that we are talking about.
Right.
Yes, before being placed with someone who is a family member or any person who is fit to look after him very well.
Now, this also would raise the question about the reach and spread of the social welfare department and your capability in terms of the resource envelope that you have. Would you say that you are well resourced in this to perform the duties dictated by the literature, as Bright will call it?
Yes, Johnny, we are in every district. There's the Department of Social Welfare in every district within Ghana. All the 265 districts in Ghana, there is a Department of Social Welfare. Yes, and if you check if a group of professionals are presented to you, you can easily point out the social welfare officer within them. Why do I say that? This is because our work is such that it is more of a charity work that we do with our salaries. Sometimes you go and then you have to do what? You have to make an intervention, but you don't have the facilities to do what? To make that intervention that you need to do. So you have to fall on your own salary. For instance, right now, I am moving from also to Paboase, a distance of about 25 kilometers.
Right.
I will have to fall on my own fuel to do that move. This is because, also is not, we wish we could provide, but the facilities are not there. Talk about the fuel, the cars, and all those facilities needed to make such an intervention.
I see. So, Godfred,
yes.
If I hear you right, you're saying that social welfare needs social welfare.
In fact, my colleagues always say that when Kwame Nkrumah died, he died with the welfare and left the social. So right now we are only left with social.
The welfare is missing, eh?
The welfare is missing, yes. Yes. So, when I was growing up, the first place that I tasted Tom Brown was in a shelter, a government shelter. This was because the facilities the resources were so abundant that they needed to give some of these consumables out, or else they'll go bad. That was the extent of social welfare at that time when I was growing up, Johnny. So as now, I have come to grow up to be a social worker, and I don't get such, because I have seen how social welfare could, Medina Social Welfare, you know the place. If you look at the facilities, that was the situation of social welfare. But right now, all these facilities are gone. And it's like our work is left. We are, the government has also brought in a policy of integrated social services, where, we work hand in hand with other government agencies or private agencies that also provide these social services, such as doctors, such as the hospitals, such as Shraj. I mean, we do all these things. We work together hand in hand to provide all these services that this child may need. So right now, if I am sending a child, if I am sending this child for a service in the hospital, I will not have to pay for the child. Government is doing its best, but I think the government should also turn its eyes to, the Department of Social Welfare, because it's a very, very, very important institution of government that takes care of children in this country.
I see. Godfred, I thank you very much indeed for your time. Godfred Jase is the head of Department of Social Welfare, is also Gasau Western Regional President. We're grateful for your time. Thank you very much. Bright, you have the closing thoughts. We now know that social welfare itself needs social welfare. Dr. Nkrumah, they say, died with the welfare. Now it's with just the social. And
yeah, so I now understand why we are always. But we have to, wherever it is, we have to go and take it and make it more proactive. We need it. Otherwise, no matter how we'd want to build the economy of this country without looking at our social structure, we may be doing disservice to our people. So for me, we need all necessary logistics to be able to do the work that we have to do. And government should pay attention to social welfare and build it. And if you're able to build our social welfare system very well, there's a lot of things that we can do without a cost. So let's pay attention to our social welfare system and build it up.
Bright Appiah of Child Rights International, I want to thank you very much indeed on behalf of all the children in Ghana and what you do for them. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Johnny. That's
Bright Appiah there. Abia. I can't social. We'll take a break. We'll return from this break. There's more here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Your thoughts and comments are invited. We want to be part of active society and want to be part with you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Idea. And enjoy some lively podcast charts. The big finale, Gong Gong Awards Dinner Night on 28th June. Over 250 entries, all competing for glory. Come experience the glitz, glam, and the brightest of Ghanaian creatives lighting up the night. The Advertising Association of Ghana Gong Gong Awards. Disrupt and inspire. Visit our website for more and be there.
Official media partners, TV3 and 3FM.
Mamarai, now what's a Jumay? Oh, Bamunche. Now, so she said, Uncoquay, and if a fair, and what dimu, Ayakesi.
Obeso your poetry. Now you're near. Now we hear your new multivitamin liquid plus. Tio, new multivitamin liquid plus. A year dra. Vitamins are hodu and cocoa yanning in a boom. Domini benina what dimu. Ayakasi, atum cosiado do. Now, man, coconubia. Lay a simple. And fear me no, not da so tum cosiado.
The multivitamin plus vitamins is very good. It has really helped me in my farm. The best shells are very hard. They lay for a longer period. I will advise everyone to get one.
DevTech Biosanitation Services. Wawadan Suman, Bechem Bastop, Manovia Chihuahua. Telephone 0244 098081.
Oko Gafa, I was Sakamana, Ubenebiato, and now Amaka Veterinary Office, Dansoman.
Electroland City are picky, meaning another gargantuan price drop on top of all our existing discounts on Samsung, TCL, Media, and Nasco Electronics. This not double promotion against the dollar. Soskets. The minute the city appreciates with even a single digit, we continue to reduce prices. If the dollar drops today, we will reduce again today. Rush to our showrooms and authorized resellers across Ghana and pick your picky appliances now. Call 050 0315-9739 for further information. Electroland, home of luxury and affordable appliances.
Introducing Coa Mixture, Coa Plus Mixture, and Coa MT Mixture, brought to you by Coa Research and Manufacturing Limited Company, proudly made in Ghana. Formulated to support your general well-being. For those seeking immune system support, there is Coa Plus Mixture. Support your body's defenses and stay strong. When it comes to combating malaria, Coa MT Mixture will aid your treatments. For effective relief from malaria symptoms, try Coa MT Mixture. Coa Mixture, Coa Plus Mixture, and Coa MT Mixture are not recommended for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 12 years. Always take a malaria test before using Coa MT Mixture. Choose Coa Mixture, Coa Plus Mixture, and Coa MT Mixture for your health needs. Available now at pharmacies nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact 0244 726611 or 0591 565 778. This advert is FDA approved.
3FM, baby fair. Mommy, take me there.
Parents, mark your calendars. It's the 3FM Baby Fair happening live on the 11th to the 13th of July at Marina Mall Airport City in Accra from 10 a.m. and it's absolutely free. From baby essentials and kids wear to toys, skincare, educational material, and so much more. Shop amazing deals on a wide range of childcare products all under one roof. Don't miss our sessions with the Ghana Pediatric Society and all the amazing mums with the Mum Circle, a safe space for young mothers to share tips and connect. And there will be fun activities for the kids with our Kids Corner, games for the family, good food, and great vibes all around. To be a vendor, please call 0531 100 927 or 0532 200 927. It's the 3FM Baby Fair, your one-stop event for all your childcare needs.
They're the best. Turn it up. 92.7.
Sunrise. 3FM Morning Show. 3FM 92.7. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio. 3FM Sunrise. 3FM Morning Show. 3FM 92.7.
The best in the morning is on 92.7. Sunrise on 3FM.
Free FM Sunrise.
I want to especially tell you about something that Dave Tech Biosanitation Services is bringing to your attention and for your relief. It's a multivitamin liquid plus for optimal chicken health. What is it at all? Well, it's a vitamin oral liquid, a supplement of nutrition for poultry. It can also hasten the production of eggs, stimulates the hen to release hormones for better and longer egg production. It makes your egg grow bigger and bigger. It improves the quality of the eggshells and its weight as well. It improves the retention of calcium, phosphorus, nitrogen, zinc, and iron. To help the hen lay more eggs, it dissolves fatty acids in the liver, activating the body immune system quickly, and it restores egg production in good time. It makes the comb reddish and brightens the feathers, indicating good health. So why don't you use this product in any disease control? And with its comprehensive blend of essential vitamins and minerals, Multivitamin Liquid Plus is your perfect addition to your products. Joe, don't lose guard. All the investment you've made in your poultry farm, you need Multivitamin Liquid Plus for optimal chicken health. Please call 0303-935-886 at 0303-935-886 or 0208-639-622 at 0208-639-622 0208-639-022 and 0244-098-081. That's 0244-098-081. You can also go onto the website www.day, as in DAY, techbiosanitationservice.com. day-techbiosanitationservice.com. You can email David_Naku. Naku is spelled Narku. David, DAVID_Naku, NARKU at yahoo.com. You can get your own multivitamin liquid plus for optimal chicken health. Don't lose guard, my guy. Now let's activate the phone lines for you to also tell us what you think of the situation. The 12-year-old boy molested by two adults. The two adults are now in the custody of the police. Have different concepts and different ideas. You had the social welfare professional. You had the police. You've had Bright Appeal of Child Rights International. It's time now for us to hear from you. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. This is a national conversation that should help us change our mindset and change how we do things going forward. And you're invited to be part of active society. So let's hear the tape one more time. Let's watch it now. For those who have not seen it on Facebook, we are live on 3FM 927. Watch. The tears of a 12-year-old boy. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Johnny.
Mr. Hughes is here. Thank you. John, how are you doing? Thank you. Talk to me, John.
This is SK.
SK, sorry, SK.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes, sir, my brother. Talk to me.
You know, this old man who came around with the
pepper,
ginger and pepper to be smeared in around the body of this boy.
Mm-hmm.
Is in a position of as a grandpa to the boy.
Right.
He rather should have suggested to those men beating the boy that, it's enough, don't do that. Even should have caused the arrest. That man, old man, should have had those two people been arrested.
Mm-hmm.
But he rather encouraged it's like to maltreat this small boy. In fact, when I watched the clip last night on your network,
right.
In fact, it's a heartbreaking story. So, in fact, for me, I also suggest, and I want to add to your voice that they also should be treated the same way.
Right.
And then eventually they should be sent into the hot cooler for at least 3 years.
Okay.
That's my.
I hear you, SK. We're grateful that you could join us. You can also call 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Yus. Please, how are you?
My brother, talk to me. How are you too?
I'm fine.
Great.
Johnny, this issue is very broad.
Oh.
The kind of children, yes, Johnny, is very broad. The kind of children coming these days, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
If you are a parent and you don't take care, you kill your own child. You kill your own child if you don't take heart. You kill. I don't support the beating of the child in that manner. Stripping him naked, beating him, grinding some pepper, putting the pepper in the wounds, the bruises that the boy has received as a result of the beating. That one, I don't support it. But if a child has misconducted himself and he's been punished, that one, I am in for that. But to that extent, Donnie, it is very serious. Let me chip in this. I'm a teacher, and let me speak from the classroom.
Right.
Okay? You give children homework. You go to the house for 4 days.
Right.
3 days. They will come back to school and the homework is not done.
Hey.
If you punish the child, a child like this, if you punish, 1 or 2 kids at the bottom, then the parents will move from the house and come and insult to the teacher. So the question is, what kind of children are you raising? What kind of children? A child has allegedly stolen 200 Ghana cedis, keeping him naked and beating him, getting some pepper, adding to the bruise of the child. What kind of punishment is that? Yes, I don't support stealing anyway, but it shouldn't be beaten in that kind of evil manner.
Okay.
Children in these days coming up, Johnny, if God did not give it grace, at the end of the day, we are going to experience something bad in the future. Spare not the Lord and spoil the child.
Thank you.
That's
I'm grateful.
Also something that we should also consider. Thank you, Johnny.
I'm grateful. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you, boss?
I'm great. What are you doing?
I'm greater than Accra. Talk to me. Your name and location, please.
In fact, I watched the video.
Let's know you. What's your name? What's your name, boss?
I'm Kwame calling from Sound.
Great. Talk to me, Kwamo.
Good. In fact, it is serious. And things are happening. Things are happening. And if you are not careful, instead of training the children, instead of correcting them, we end up destroying them. Because some of them goes through psychological trauma and it takes time for them. And you know, some of the parents, and even in the country, we are not capable of engaging, counselors, psychologists, and all these things, because it goes with money. So children come from school and they tell them things they have gone through, and it affects them. I believe some of these people, child rights and all blah, 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 should go to some of the schools to educate the teachers.
Right.
Children are going through hell. Children are going through hell, seriously.
I hear you. Thank you, my brother. I'm grateful. In regards to all the folks in Insawam.
No problem.
Great. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. John.
Yes, boss. Hello. Good morning. Energy. Good morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm learning. God is alive. Talk to me.
I want to talk about the small boys issue.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. What's your name and location, please?
I'm Joseph.
Okay.
From Corporal.
Joe, talk to me, Joe.
I can't remember when we were children. When a child does something like what a small boy did. The kind of action you go through. But in this way, the way the two guys, the suspected guys, molested the guy, the small boy wasn't in a good manner. Yes, we have a whole lot of ways of bringing a child to the right position if it's not. So I'm not saying what the boy also did is right, fine. He is not staying with them. How come God to take that money allegedly that was being said 200? We should also consider that a mere coconut seller. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, although they did not punish the boy in a good manner, how the boy also went round to get that money to also be investigated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. That's 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Yeah, still coming.
Yes, sir. Oh, El Kwamo.
You see, let me speak some small to you. Most of the time, I'm a behavior to mononi what figure Becca be ada.
Right.
Becca be a Walliboni Ameo. You want Bonupa Bo experience and no Kobacho sick Becca.
That's right.
Lubana Bono by 100 Becca. What only be Kumami? You were very young. She can hear Balanaka. What treat your Becca be a Tomononi were when we were there, we were like angels. But we have been there before. We know how children behave. So that no can I inform what to know how to handle some of these children. Ona, see what feeling I can. What you feel what time was you better be and work be a tomanoni, bono no better be as here. Nine solabo for you.
I hear you, Frank. Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Johnny. Boss, how are you?
I'm fine.
Great. Your name and location, please.
I'm Ejam. I'm calling from Alaju.
Talk to me, my brother.
Johnny, children nowadays. Ofanama Vega.
Ofane
Beke be neighbor be a name. Benaji Beke Mwell and Qualisane, Behim Beno. Beke be Johnny, he be Onupa 32, BBOcha 16. Could you believe like a 16 years old Beke, you call phone? The Fashika, meaning being Fakushika phone no da.
Hey,
Johnny.
But how did he know your PIN? David Dale PIN.
I've been sending him cash out money for me.
Right.
Johnny, what can I get? You know, in a message I can pay your mom. Fakushika phone no da. It be like it be later than the back I can if I start again phone if I start. So Johnny, we can get 22 by feeling. Easy be. Chan Palace and I can make a commit too well. I go for Nina Becker when you're down, only the natural job.
Amen. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Odewale.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Thank you very much for the opportunity once again.
Yes.
You know, parenting itself is a whole institution, just as marriage. And you see, sometimes we don't understand the basis before rushing into it.
Okay.
That's some of the trouble that we are facing today. For instance, like the thing that's okay yesterday. Words are happening more than that. Sometimes you meet a mother just using the anger of the father on top of the child. Just this one day I visited a family. The mother told me point blank, one of his children, he has regretted, had it not been, she's a Christian, listen, we have used the child for money ritual. And I said, why? Why do you say that? He said, oh, he has become useless. I said, who told you so? After all, he is also into tipper driving. That's his profession.
Right.
Why? Because the mother claimed the child has not impregnated any lady as at now. And the child is becoming wasted. Look at all this. Have you sat with your child? Do you know his plans? Do you know why he has not even gotten maybe a friend or a lady friend? Or you see, you don't think about all this. All you want is your child has impregnated someone. Your child, in fact, you have a grandchild. So my brother, I think it's high time you should be bringing some kind of clinical psychologist so that. And we should also avail ourselves when we go for counseling.
Right.
We don't tell the clergy the truth.
Right.
Sometimes we go and paint things nice. We go back and face the same trouble. So, my brother, it's a whole lot, but keep helping us.
Thank you
because
very much.
parenting itself, we should understand before we go into it.
Okay, thank
and if you are not ready, just like Paul said, do not go into it.
Thank you. Good morning.
No.
Hey,
Good
Senior
morning.
Morning. That's about.
Charlie, I don't know how to speak Dagbani, but I would love to learn how to speak Dagbani.
Just say nah.
It's a beautiful language. Dagbani is a beautiful language.
Yeah, so that's about is good morning. Just say nah.
Nah.
Yes,
Okay, next time. I'll do that.
So when I say that's about, you say nah.
That's about nah.
Afternoon is entree. And then evening is anola.
Oh,
yes. And then you respond nah. It says nah.
Nah.
Yes, nah. Yes. Let's go on. Let's hear you.
Your Majesty. I've been listening, but I want to extend my regards to Reverend Odiwale, and then there also Uncle Robert. It's been a hard time. We've never heard from him for a long time because Johnny, I've been listening to you every day. Only that in the mornings your lines are always hot.
Right.
So I tell you, it is only by this time that I've gotten through. Anyway, Johnny, the little boy that actually was punished.
Right.
I mean, it is way. It's a criminal thing that those gentlemen. Some people have the tendency to just make some people suffer, and then they are happy to see them suffer.
Right.
Those two gentlemen, that is their main character. It is not that the boy stole some money and they want to punish him. What they did there was quite a criminal thing they did over there, and the police don't have to take it like they shouldn't say, "Oh, the boy stole and that and that." They have to prosecute them and then jail them.
Right.
For that matter, yes, because it's against the law. Johnny, you said something this morning. I listened to you.
Right.
In fact, the youth of today in this country, we always say they are the future generation. Johnny, we don't have it. We don't have a future generation in this country. Because the phone, the apps on the phone that we let our children handle is the future generation of every country, as I talk to you. Because if you get to know what these children do, especially those at the universities and the secondary schools and things, Johnny, you will cry. You will know that we don't have a future. But who talks about it? Because even the journalists themselves, they do what these children do. So, do we have a future? We don't. So
okay.
I'm happy you raised that topic. Next time when you raise it, I'll send you certain information about these things that is happening.
I hear you, sir.
Not only in Ghana. It's all over Africa.
I hear you, sir. I hear you, sir.
Johnny, please have a... Charlie, on the 1st July, please, I'm with you. I'm waiting for that day to celebrate with my Piton Colade.
I hear you. I hear you.
On a special day.
I hear
Charlie,
you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Grateful. It's 34 minutes after 9 here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. As part of music, on return, we'll have a conversation. Stay with us here. We'll be right back.